Deuteronomy 28, verse 15. I thought that when Moses came out of Egypt, listen to this. When Moses came out of Egypt, we all saw the movie The Ten Commandments. Moses was Caucasian. The Egyptians were Caucasian on the continent of Africa. And I never put the pieces of the puzzle together. Can we get Deuteronomy 28? I'm going to get it for you. Let me read. I forgot I'm reading for myself. Deuteronomy 28, verse 15. Moses said this to the 12 tribes. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. So Moses, on the continent of Africa, is addressing the 12 tribes about breaking God's laws, if they break it. Verse 32, I'm going to just hit some key points if I may. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people, and thine eyes shall look and fare with longing for them all the day long. And there shall be no might in thine hand, meaning no economic might, no political might, no military might. I said, that fits us. Then I read down to verse 48. Therefore shalt thou, I need some images. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. When I thought back on our history, I said, wait a minute. The Israelis never had yokes of iron on their neck, but we did. Then I jumped down to verse 68. Bear with me a little bit. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again. Egypt means house of bondage. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. Then I said, what people went into slavery on ships? It was not the Israelis, but instead it was us. By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you. I said, that fits us. It does not fit the Israelis in Israel. And I went to a so-called rabbi. I said, when did your people go into slavery on ships? He said, never happened. And I'm looking, because I used to challenge him on Delancey Street. And he said it didn't happen, but we had the Holocaust. I said, show me the Holocaust in the Bible. He said, it's not in there. I said, something ain't right. Something ain't right. So, in combination with the color scriptures that I referenced at the beginning of today's show, in combination with the slave scriptures of oppression and colonization that we just read, I said, that fits us and only us. I said, unless slavery never happened, unless there's going to be a conspiracy that slavery is a figment of my imagination. But it did happen. And we're living it out today.
So, and again, I'm asking some of this out of a lack of knowledge. I'm not a biblical scholar, and so I'm not. My questions aren't snark at all. They're seeking understanding of your perspective and point of view. I do want to enter into the discussion. There's a young man that I helped raise. It's like an adopted son to me. He's a Hebrew Israelite, so I'm familiar with this conversation. Love this kid to death. Great young man. Been involved with his life for nearly 20 years. Great young man, good career. Married, 2 kids, the whole nine. So I've been hearing about the Hebrew Israelites from him for a long time, and he's so excited today that I'm not sure if he's aware of IUIC, but just that we're having this conversation. But part of what I'm hearing, just as from my upbringing and my faith, is I'm just not as hyper focused on seeing myself as I see myself as an image bearer of God more than I do as a black person. My skin color is my skin color that God chose for me. Have no shame about it. Actually, love it. Love, helps me out during the summer. I can stay out, love it. But that's not how I define myself as a black person. I define myself as an image bearer of God. And so part of the things that I hear and have heard when I've had these Hebrew Israelite discussions is like, this sounds like racial idolatry. And it sounds like a group of people that there's a group of people, hey, I'm the chosen people. And then there's no, we're the chosen people. And someone perhaps naively like myself thinks God chose all of us and sent his son to save all of us. And I'm not that concerned about positioning myself as the chosen one. Having said that, I do get, because like you, or maybe unlike you, but like you, I had a appreciation and a respect for the Nation of Islam and Louis Farrakhan, and all throughout my college years. I got Farrakhan tapes sent to me. I've been to Savior's Day in Chicago. I was at the Million Man March and all that. And so I do understand the allure of racial idolatry and inspiring and capturing the mind of black men and getting them interested in a spiritual journey and in taking their proper role as leaders and as warriors, culture warriors, leaders of their families and communities. I get all of that, but I'm just wondering if there's not some idolatry, some racial idolatry mixed in here, and there's such a focus on race that the spiritual journey actually takes a back seat to the racial journey.
Okay. All right. Let's deal with racial idolatry. The black man, black woman from Accra, Kumasi to the United States, to Iran and Iraq are confounded by racial idolatry. But what type? What type? Can we put some images on the screen, please? I want to show you Sammy Sosa. Everyone loves Sammy Sosa. Okay?
The baseball player.
Yes. If you can take a look, you got Sammy Sosa. Give me the next one, please. Racial idolatry. Who do our people idolize? It ain't black people. Give me the next image. Okay?
No, trust me on this. I totally agree with you here. We worship white people. Black people,
yes,
as a whole, worship white people.
Correct.
I'm wondering, though, about, is the solution, and again, I done told you where I stand on Farrakhan and the Nation of Islam. I'm telling you where I got you on the show because I love what y'all did with Kyrie, and I'm not. I got a son, basically a son who's a Hebrew Israelite. But I'm wondering if y'all don't think the solution is, instead of worshiping white people, worship yourself. And me as a Christian, I say, now let's just worship Jesus. That's what's actually going to work for all of us and lead us to a proper place. If I have white racial idolatry or black racial idolatry, it's all going to lead to the same.
If our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost. When you read Matthew, the first chapter, it deals with the Lord's genealogy. Matthew 1:21 says he come to save his people. All that is part of a spiritual journey. Because he see that's what these Christians like to do, right? They like to throw things in like that, saying that we focusing on race rather than the spiritual aspect, but it covers both. The Bible covers both. First, you gotta know Job 9:24 says the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covers the faces of the judges thereof. So, what happened during the Renaissance, meaning rebirth? The images of the Lord, the angels, right? The saints, they were changed. Who did it? First Maccabees 3:48, right? So once you understand that, then you begin to understand, okay, so what I was taught was a lie. Let me continue on this spiritual journey to find out more about who I truly am. So this Christian here, we name Whitlock, you know what's going on. Now you can play no more, or do you hear no more, and then you can shout shop. All praises to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. And you see the comment board going up and down. Hardly any scripture, is just emotion filled, you know.
I'm not going to, because I'm not qualified to. But what I can say is the notion that we were taught that we were slaves and we're nothing but slaves and this and that. Bishop, respectfully, I think that sounds good. I don't think it's reality. Because, again, I grew up in this world in a very black environment.
I mean, that in reality, this man's an idiot. This man's the Bible identify. The Bible, wow, boy. When it go on, boy.
But I'm just saying, I grew up in a very black experience. And I was not taught that I was nothing but a slave. I was actually taught I was a child of God, and that my capacity to attain and do anything was limitless, because if I accepted Jesus Christ as my Lord and personal Savior, who should I fear? And so that is what I was taught. I was never taught that I was a slave and that I was nothing but a slave. And I was also, I was taught, whether rightly or wrongly or whatever, like that, there was a time